Good morning, family. Or as Martin Lawrence used to say, good morning to you. I say good morning to you. Y'all remember that? I miss that Martin, like for real. Martin Lawrence is, to me, one of the most underrated, like, comedians ever. He came up with it. If you think about it, Martin came up with a lot of staples. And people don't realize, this guy gave us in the 90s like 20 to 30 different sayings. You go boy, you go girl, stomping with the big dogs, like all kinds of gestures and everything. But anyway, how you guys doing? Just wanted to do a quick check-in to say good morning, just outside taking a walk. It's funny because I realized something about myself. It doesn't matter what the weather is. Like, it's drizzling right now, but as soon as I step outside and just breathe the fresh air and, like, I'm just completely refreshed. But anyway, just came on here to say hello to everybody, just to say good morning and see how your day was going so far. I don't think Facebook is being nice to me right now, because I don't think my posts are showing up like right now, and I'm not sure how many of y'all can see this live stream. If you're able to see it, drop a line just so I can know that you're there and know that I'm not just yapping to myself. And even if you come after the fact on the video to watch it, just drop a line just to let me know you actually see it, because that'll let me know, oh, hello, I got a friend who came in. And I can't see what it is. Okay, I got two people. If you guys can, this is just a check-in just to say good morning and to see how you're doing. So if you can, just drop a line so I can know that you guys are actually seeing this. Facebook has been kind of weird yesterday. I think it was because of how much traffic that we started having to come to my page because of the launch of the song yesterday. But at any rate, how you guys doing? This is literally just a good morning check-in. I'm outside. It's wild because it's drizzling a little bit here in Baltimore, but as I heard a guy say several years back, liquid sunshine is what it is to me. So I literally just want to say good morning to you guys and just chat for a second and see how you're doing. So do a wave or hit a little thumb or something like that, just so I can know that you're there, because it's not actually showing me. But at any rate, even while I wait on that, I just also, I guess, want to take a minute just for inspiration, just to say to whoever's watching this, keep your head up, stay strong. Whatever you set out to do, whatever is in your heart, follow it, follow the course, stay with it all the way to the end. Keep a smile on your face and just enjoy yourself, as much as possible. No matter how tough or how rough it is, there's always something. Like, literally, for me, I realize every time I hit the air outside, it immediately makes me less light up. Okay, Facebook is asking me, hey, what's up, Brian? If you're there, man, if that's really you, just because Facebook has been acting weird, just maybe say something just so I can know that it's working properly. But yeah, at any rate, I just want to inspire someone this morning just to tell you that you can do it. Whatever you got on your heart, work hard at it. Don't take final no's for your dream. Hey, Brian, thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. Facebook has been kind of acting weird since yesterday, and so I wasn't sure, like, if the posts were actually coming through. So this is just literally just as a check-in to see how you guys are doing. So how you doing, man? Talk to me. What's happening in your life? What you got going on? What you working on as far as the next phase of Brian Hoyt? Hey, man, and I also want to say thanks so much for all your love and support, bro. I don't know if you get told a lot But from me to you, bro, thank you. Your support, your shout outs, your shares, your attendance at events. Your love is appreciated, bro. Real talk. Just want you to know that. So, yeah, just chilling, taking a walk. Just want to see how you guys doing. Just have a conversation. So, are you going to Purple Honey? In fact, that'll be a good time to do a quick plug. Anybody who watches this, Purple Honey is a series here in Baltimore that was created by my best friend, Kier Johnson. Here's the funny thing, right? So where I'm sitting right now, I'm about a block away from my place. And if I turn the camera this way, that's actually where Kier Johnson lives. Hey, did you know that, Brian? Did you know that him and I, we literally live, right now, and if I walk the same distance I walk from my house to this bench, which is a block that way, I walk one more block, and I'd be sitting with Kier. I will go over there, but he's probably busy. It's funny because we joked about it for years. We've been homies since 2002, 2001 when we first met. And we joked about it for years. We said, if we wanted to live really, really close to each other so we could do a lot of work together. And we laughed because we were like, it's probably going to be like when you decide to move to a place where the beach is because you want to be on the beach more. But the closer you move, the less you go. So that's how it is. But at any rate, man, let me see what you got off of work, cruising, trying to keep up with current events. Okay, you on 70. Yeah, I know, bro. I know I shouldn't have asked that question because the truth is, of course. But I guess, like I said, I was also asking because a lot of other people don't know, too. So, just wanted to drop a quick plug, How you doing? All right. You got a beautiful dog. Yeah, so. Yeah, of course I know you there, bro. This is going to be fire. And I don't know if you know, but drum roll, Fruition will be in the building. Yeah, the trio will be backing up the artists. So we'll be playing with Micah. We'll be playing with April Sampay. Now, did you know that? That's going to be a lot of fun. Purple Honey, I'm so proud of my homie Kier Johnson. So proud of what he's doing here in Baltimore. He's created and continuing to create a community, a culture, a brand. I don't have it on right now because I got a different black businesses type of shirt on. But I usually be wearing my Purple Honey shirt. Because Purple Honey is what's up. So yeah, shout out to Kier Johnson for everything that he's doing. And yeah, man. Yes, sir. Micah Smith will be there. And so the trio will be in the building. And it's going to be cool because it's been a while since we've been at Purple Honey. Since things have expanded. I mean, the amount of artists, and bands that comes through Purple Honey now is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I love the variety. So, yeah, we'll be there. The trio will be in full effect. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, man. So, I know you driving. I know you ride, man. Be safe out there. And, yeah, in general, I just wanted to do a stream just to say good morning. If anybody watches this stream after it's done, you get to this part, just drop a line as well. Want to keep the conversation going. I care about your lives, people. I really do. We care about your lives. We care about how things are going for you. And my only goal, and our only goal in general, is to be able to use the growth that we have and, the influence that we have in order to raise everybody up. What's up, Rochelle? How you doing this morning? Just a good morning check-in just to see how everybody's doing, to say hello. and it just hang out for a second. But yeah, our goal is to use all of, you know, I have a mantra. Good morning, sis. I have a mantra that I come up with, you know, for what we're doing. And this stream isn't so much, this isn't about promoting music or anything like that. This part is just relevant from the perspective of even why I'm really here, which is because I'm enjoying this liquid sunshine and just, yeah, in the mood for inspiring and inspired by you guys. So the mantra that I come up with, sorry, I'm a little tired, you probably can see it. The mantra I come up with is, it starts with music, it ends with metamorphosis. It starts with music, it ends with metamorphosis. And so my goal, our goal as a team, like the only reason why we're even caring to do music and to push this thing and to really make it big, honestly, is so we could change the world, so we can literally give back to the homeless, so we can develop programs for children, you know, so that we can get together with people and establish like real communities, like these kind of communities where all these houses, you know, are our houses, like where you guys, like we're like together, you know. Not saying everybody has to do that, but I'm saying like for people that desire to have a closer community, you know, for people that desire to have family and friends and other people who are like, I mean, I've never actually lived in a place like that, you know. I'm looking around right now at the apartments where I am, and I'm thinking like, wow, what if like we literally have it where each one of these numbers I'm looking at were like literally people that I knew. And here's the funny thing. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this area, but I'm in Bonnie Ridge Apartments, which is in Mount Washington in Baltimore. And the thing about what I just said about that kind of community is I actually live right in an example of that, you know, and it's something that I think about every day as I'm driving through. And what do I mean by that? I live in Mount Washington. And if you guys, you know, that are from Baltimore know, hey, Gretchen, good morning. You jumped in right at the right time. It's a great conversation. How you doing this morning? I love you. I live in Mount Washington. And Mount Washington, if you guys are familiar with the area, and even if you aren't, it's just a little convo about it. Mount Washington is between Mount Washington and Park Heights, which that would be considered Pikesville here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that my statistics will be accurate when I say it's the second largest population of Jews in the United States, being only second to New York. We love you too, Gretchen. Thank you so much. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, or not if I'm wrong, but I guess you could say refine what I'm saying. What part of New York, or is it all of New York? I haven't been to New York in a while, so I don't know if it's, you know, swollen with Jewish presence. And I don't, you know, I'm not saying that in a negative way, but I know at one time it was a particular area, like a city like here, where it was the largest population of Jews in the United States. And this is the second largest. So the truth of the matter is, everything that I'm saying about me looking around at these apartments right here and looking at these numbers and going like, wow, what if Gretchen lived right there and Rochelle lived right there and Brian lived right there? Because, and I'm just using guys just as an example of a thought, like, you know, hey Joe, thanks for joining. Jump on in the conversation, brother. But I was just thinking like, wow, you know, it's something that Amma talks about a lot, which is a goal for her, a life goal. You look around at a community like this, it would be absolutely amazing if we had a community that lived close in that way, where we were all able to exchange and commune and that kind of thing. And so what I was saying about the area that I live in is I actually have an example, and I think about it every day when I'm driving, because this community, once you go past here, is a Jewish community, and they all live together. So one of the most amazing things, of course, and you guys know if you know even a little bit about Jewish tradition and community, is that because of their rituals, which is based around their religious beliefs, they walk together. They they literally like are all out together walking, and it's an amazing thing to see. It really, really is, because you see the level of bonding that they have and that they get from that kind of lifestyle. And it's all because of one thing. They're literally just in the same mindset about one thing. Now, I personally, totally different conversation. The one thing that they're together on, I feel differently about as far as beliefs, but it doesn't matter. The benefit that I see and that is important is because of that, it makes it be where they're just generally together as a culture, which means they get more things done. So a lot of the things that we talk about, I realize, like, yeah, that kind of communal thing would help. But here's the deal. In order to do that, we've got to work hard on reversing a lot of things. And I'll tell you what the first thing is, in my opinion. It's reversing mistrust. It's actually making it where we can trust each other again. And many of us do. Like everybody that's on here, I love you guys, and I trust you guys. But you know what I'm saying? Like as a whole, the whole is in the part, as they say. So we have to like build up the trust again in order to even experience that. Now, here's the tough part, because we have some hurdles to get over, and I'm sorry to like take this, this into this direct, but maybe it's not so bad. So the hurdles, I have to tell you guys, and it's something that I'm directly involved with. It's why many of you guys know me. One of the aspects that we have to get over as far as hurdles is the music. Like the music that's promoted into our youth culture. Sorry guys, I think the dew is starting to mess with my eyes. Spring allergies, that's right. All right. So it's just what it is. But the music, like seriously speaking, hate to be this way, but like the hip hop, the R&B that's promoted to us, it continues to fuel the distrust that we have for each other. It really does. Like when I hear songs that literally, I grew up in hip hop, so there's a lot of songs about competition, and some of it was, I wouldn't listen to it now that I've gotten older. Some of it was just friendly competition, just part of the art. But nowadays, like when I cut on the radio and I literally heard a song, and I very seldom do this because I don't listen to the popular radio here in Baltimore, except for like 88.9 and a few other stations. But when I cut it on and there's a song literally saying, I'm not effing with you, you little B, I don't even F, like literally that's the chorus. You little stupid A, B, I don't F with you. Like really? That, like, I'm thinking to myself, where do you go from here, right? There's really no way to come back from this. And even if and what I mean by that is like, whether you're not paying attention to the words and you're just dancing to it, or whether you're singing it, what does this promote other than mistrust? Like I'm probably messing up the word, but what does this promote other than not being able to trust each other? Because the whole idea is to be stunting on each other. I have never, and I'm a hip hop MC, like by my nature, I can't say that I've ever heard a hip hop song where somebody was talking about doing something harmful to another, like in the black community, and it wasn't about another black male. Really think about it. I've never, like, maybe, and I'm not even saying I promote any kind of violence or anything like that, but I'll say in my years, I've maybe heard 2 songs where someone was saying, hey, I feel this way violent towards another race or another oppressive human being because of the fact that they're like, never that. It literally is like the only person I'm threatening, the only people that I'm threatening are other people that are of my same race, that we're in competition with each other. So, yeah, I know, y'all. Let me respond to a couple things you guys are saying, because this isn't about me talking. This is about engaging. Rochelle, you grew up in the community, yeah, so you know. And I want to get back to that. Thanks for mentioning that. What's up, Will? Gretchen, breaking the curse of Willie Lynch. Yeah, that's important, and a lot of people do need to know about the Willie Lynch concept. Now, the funny thing is, some people say it's a fabrication, right? Not saying that it's definitely not when we look at society, but some people say that it was actually a fabrication, just written that way, but it has the same exact effect. And that's the other thing too, y'all. Like, it's tough because the lines get blurred, but when we support things that portray us in a negative light, and there's a lot of stuff we support like that, what it is we're buying into our own dysfunction. You know, we're actually, because there's an aspect of it that entertains us when it comes to gossip, backbiting, drama, you know, just some of the things that are like, can be the ills, like we actually invest right back in those expressions. And the reason why is because we can relate to them the most. But we don't realize these are the worst things that we can invest in, because it continues to portray us in a negative light. I'm gonna post a conversation I was having with my daughter about. Now, this is different from the other kind of shows and expressions and music that I'm talking about. But I would say this was one of the first times that I ever saw us as a kid openly demean. And I even realized the effect it had on me was one of support in a little bit of a way, and that came by laughter. But I'm gonna post a conversation where I was talking to my daughter, and I was telling her when I was young I used to watch Tom and Jerry. That was a great show, you know, still one of my favorite shows. But one of the things I realized was I was watching one episode, and you hardly ever saw people in Tom and Jerry. So there was one where there was a person in Tom and Jerry, and it happened to be a black woman who was their maid or their housekeeper. So Tom's running around chasing Jerry. It's kind of funny. The conversation went from Community to Tom and Jerry. Tom's chasing Jerry around, right? And the woman is trying to get him to stop or whatever because they're messing up the house. Now, this is early Tom and Jerry, the good one, the one where they didn't talk. Tom and Jerry kids was kind of like, I get it, but yeah. So anyway, they're running around, and this woman comes out. Now, there's a few stereotypical things that went with this. You couldn't see her face, but she was heavy set. She was heavy set. That's the first thing. Second thing was the type of garments that she had on. You know, it made her look like a slave or like a servant. The third thing was her voice. And the last thing, which was what I was talking to my daughter about, she's yelling at them and she says, Tom, get out. Get out. And then she says this, get out. OWT out. And she's trying to hit him with the broom. Now, I had to be, I guess maybe like 8, maybe 7 or 8. And when I was looking at this, you know, my reaction as a kid was like, wow, this woman, she can't spell out. And I'm laughing, you know, because I'm a kid. And first thing I'm thinking is, how do you spell out? So it wasn't until later on when I realized, like, wait a minute. You know, this is like directly demeaning because it's portraying us in a negative light. And it was a good conversation I had with my daughter. I posted, you know, you guys, I think you'll really appreciate it. My daughter is, she's one of my favorite people because the things she wants to talk about is like, oh yeah, we're going to have some great conversations for years to come. But at any rate, back to the subject. Living in Mount Washington. Good morning. How you doing? Living in Mount Washington. And what that means is that I'm in a Jewish area where I'm able to see with very, very real examples of what it means for a community to come together under one cause, under one tradition and one flow, under one goal. And we could talk about them all we want. We could talk about how they're dominating Hollywood. We could talk about them, how they're dominating everything. Here's the tough truth. What it really speaks of in order for us to talk like that is that they have one thing in common that maybe we're lacking, or maybe we need a better way to say it, maybe we need to take some notes. If we're talking about them, that means they have one thing in common. That's called unity. UNITY. That really is what it is. So all that we're doing, this whole music thing, I promise y'all, I'm 35 now, I'll be 36 this month. You know, when I was 18, it was all about just the pure fun, the ability to have some exposure, have some notoriety. But at 35, as I sit here and look at a world where we need community more than ever, and a world where we're in a society that continues to push us apart, and it continues to have us on a hamster wheel, even as I'm looking around, of us working our tails off. Hey, how you doing? Working our tails off just to be able to survive, working around the clock, spending more time working than actually enjoying life, pushing us to the point where when I get older, if I'm fortunate to be able to see 60, 70, 80 years, there will be no more Social Security and something that I can just look to fall back and rely on, and neither with the children either. So as I look at a society like that, I'm like, okay, here's the deal. We have to come together by any means necessary. And all the things that we have to work out are things we're going to have patience in order to get through. Because I honestly can't fault my brother that I can't trust him and that he might steal from me. I want him to do better. I want her to do better. But the thing is, like they say, as far as obesity, when you want to lose the weight, you have to have patience, and you have to remember one thing. You didn't gain that weight overnight, so it's not going to go away overnight. So it means being patient with each other, like to the point of just being there for each other. And sorry if I get emotional on this, but like really, it hits me that way. Being able to be patient. Like, we have some things to work through, so it's going to take time. But what I really feel is that music is one of the ways to bring people together, and we know this. We've seen it time and time again. So everything that I do musically, everything we do musically, every Facebook post, down to this live stream, one goal, y'all. Absolutely one goal. Unification. At some point, a community like this can be and will be our community. And I say our, not, gotta say this as I wrap it up. When I say our, now if you feel me on this, please drop a quick comment. There's a saying that when it comes to family, there's family that's not a part of your direct DNA or your blood. That's actually family. And there are people that aren't family that are a part of your DNA. Family is defined by relationship. Bottom line. It's defined by relationship, not by blood. And I have people in my life right now, like you guys, that I consider family. No matter how much I see you or don't, like, we connect in unity for a common cause. And then there are people that are my blood that don't speak to me right now. That don't speak to me at all right now. For reasons that, to me, I get but are mind-blowing. Like religious reasons. Or that we have different beliefs or perspectives about life. But see, that kind of stuff will be the thing that always keeps us apart. And we gotta see, like any system, I don't care how long we've invested in it. I don't care how much we believe in it. I don't care about any of that. If you look at the evidence, and if the evidence show that what it does to its people is separate more than bring together, if nothing else, we need to go back to the table and actually review some things. Because I say this for the record. If there's any thought system, any philosophy, anything that's beyond review, beyond assessing it to see if it's still relevant or if there's anything obsolete or whether we know more, like really, if it is beyond criticism, and this is anything, it's actually not a system that's ever going to truly empower us or take us where we need to be or unify us. It's just not. And so we could unify in small groups. But when I look at this community here, I'm out Washington, and I don't even know the numbers. I'll come back, and if you guys know, drop a line. But I'll come back and put it as a comment to find out what the number of the numbers is as far as the population in this area. That shows something. Because I haven't seen, and I'm only 35, so I know this has been, of course, in our villages and our, when we all the way back to our descendants in Africa. That's village living right there. I haven't seen anything like that ever in my life. And I have to say, I haven't seen 50 people. Oh, and this is what I was going to say, because I don't want to get off track. This is important. I can't finish the video without saying this. When I talk about this, I'm not at all talking about this color. It's not that. I'm talking about mindset. I'm talking about mindset. I'm talking about being on one accord for a common cause. And anybody that's on the team of a common cause for peace, for unity, for equality, for not killing ourselves via the food and all that other kind of stuff that we eat, or killing ourselves working around the clock, but actually living life to the fullest and helping others to do that, is a part of my community and my team. Bottom line. So, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me for a few minutes. Squirrel. I don't know if y'all can see that. Squirrel came to join me. Can't tell whether it's a he or she. Goodness gracious. He disappeared like... Anyway, I'm tripping. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. Share the vid. It's just about saying good morning to everybody. So maybe if you could, let this be a good morning to someone else. Talk to you guys soon. Love you. Thank y'all for all your support. If you haven't seen the On My Way video, jump on over to the Fruition community page. Check it out. We're on a love journey, y'all. It starts with music. It ends with metamorphosis. I'll be talking to y'all real soon. Peace.